Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. All right, so today's topic is really for all my folks that got jobs. You were working full-time on your job, part-time on your dream, or you're working full-time and you just love your job. We're talking about the W-4 compliance, okay? I'm going to be talking about that today because, withholdings on the W-4 is a really big topic right now. And mainly because we have a lot of people that get refunds, okay? Refunds are tax-free loans to the government, okay? And so one of the schools of thought is to increase your allowances on your W-4 in order to have more money coming home and reduce the amount of the refund, okay? So with that, yeah, there's some good to that, but there's also the flip side to that, okay? And so this is what we're going to be really talking about because I've gotten a couple of calls, and some of my other colleagues have also experienced with their clients where they're getting letters from the IRS, and this is what the W-4 withholding compliance is about. So with the W-4, you can't necessarily just go claim exempt, okay? I have seen people that said, okay, we're just going to claim exempt. We're not going to have any of our money taken out. We're just claiming exempt, okay? And so just understanding that with your W-4, when you fill out your W-4 and give it to your employer, it stays with your employer, and they withhold based on what your W-4 says. So it's not sent to the IRS. However, if you have an issue where you are consistently under withholding, that's when the IRS steps in and goes, hold on, okay? So first of all, if you don't withhold enough, if it's not 100% of your previous year's your previous year's tax liability or 90% of the current year's tax liability, then you can have you'll have an underpayment penalty, which is a percentage of what you owe, okay? Now, if you consistently under withhold and you're creating tax debt, the IRS is going to go, nah, boo-boo, you can't do that. And so what happens is they send you a letter, and they also send a letter to your employer. So they send you a letter to say, hey, you're not eligible to claim exempt. You need to claim something else, okay? And they give you a specific amount of time to comply with that, generally about 30 days. That's where you go to, during that time, you go to your HR, you refill out that W-4, and you fill out your X amount of allowances. Or you've claimed too many allowances. Like I have seen where people have filled out and claim like 35 allowances. I'm sitting here going, boo, what planet are you on? Where you might be single, you don't have any kids, and you claiming 35 allowances. Absolutely not, okay? So I get wanting to have more of your money home, but here's the thing that you have to understand. The amount of money that you have coming home is the less that's going towards your tax liability. So if you don't have enough money coming out of your paycheck to cover your tax liability, then you're going to find yourself in trouble. Hold on just a minute. Okay. So then the worst side of that is there's bad, then there's worse, and then there's like the worst side of that is that then they can also have you withhold at a higher rate than what would normally be applicable to you to bring you into compliance with what you owe. Okay, so your W-4 is not something that you just set it and forget it. You need to actually do a checkup on your W-4, like we've been talking about with the tax reform. When you get a raise, when you get bonuses, all of those things, you have to go and do a checkup on your W-4 to make sure that your withholdings are enough. This is why you need to know what your total tax liability was for the prior year to see where you are like right now. I encourage you to do that, throughout at the midpoint of the year, just think, okay, am I about halfway to what I owed last year, right? So you'll get different types of letters if this becomes your issue. You'll get the 28, I think it's a 2800, 2801, and a 2802. There's a 28, a whole bunch of them. So With these letters, though, the letters give you time to respond. The letters give you time to say, okay, you need to go to your HR and you need to fix it. Now, if you don't fix it, the IRS will send a letter to your employer and they will fix it for you. So this is not actually optional, okay? It's telling you need to go adjust and have more money taken out. Now, here's where we get problems, though. Okay, beyond that, here's where we get problems. Because you got so used to living off of that amount of money, then to have that taken out, it really causes some heartburn in your household, right? So this is why, even if you adjust your W-4 to have more money coming in your household, it's not for you to go and spend. It's for you to go and build up your savings, build up your investments and such, so that if at the end of the year you did withhold, you didn't have enough taxes taken out, then you can go and write a check for the difference. And it's not just you, we just creating tax bills. That's absolutely unacceptable. Okay. So the W-4 is not some set it and forget it thing and you just go and get your life with the extra money that you have coming home. No, you have to pay attention to this. Your HR isn't going to tell you. Okay, they're doing what you said to do. Okay, it's not their job to come back and tell you, okay, hey, you're not withholding enough. That's not their job. That's not their business. They don't even know. They're just doing what you told them to do. Okay, that's your responsibility and being responsible for your tax life. Okay, and so please understand that you can wind up in a whole bunch of hot water screwing around with your W-4 in order to get more money coming home. Because see, right now I have a client that has created tax debt, and not only that, because she withheld, and not only that, now she's going to have to withhold more than what she normally would have because the IRS said, boo-boo, you need to be taking out this amount of money out of your check. That's what needs to happen. Please and thank you. And so now, not only is she having a tax debt to pay, now she's having to live off of less than what she is used to. So it's going to be a tough time. So while you are over here adjusting your W-4s and all that, and it sounds all cute, you better make sure you're covering your tax liability. It's much better to get a refund than to screw around and have the IRS in your business telling you how much money they're going to take out of your check. Okay? So watch what you do. If you're in business, listen to me. If you are in business, this is not a time to go and be claiming all sorts of allowances on your W-4. And here's why. You are in business to make money. When you make money, when you have profit, you pay taxes, okay? And so then if you claim more allowances on your W-4, that's going to reduce the amount of your withholdings. And then you have this additional profit that you got to pay taxes on. That equals perfect storm of tax debt if you have not set aside the amount of money to pay your tax bill. Okay, so you have to be disciplined in this process. You have to be disciplined in the W-4. You have to be disciplined in how much you set aside of your self-employment income. You have to be disciplined. If you are not going to be disciplined, you do not need to be in business. And you do not need to be claiming all these allowances and whatnot just so you can have more money coming home because it's going to turn around to bite you. Okay, so thank you guys so much for tuning in to Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can come here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right, have a great day, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.